There's a fantastic physical legacy from 2008. The city looks wonderful. We have one of what was for many years Europe's biggest regeneration project, which we call Liverpool One, which is a 45-acre shopping centre right in the middle of our city. In fact, it's wrong to call it a shopping centre. It's an extension of the city. It's not a mall. It's not underground or undercover. It's very much part of our city. And that's been fascinating to me because not only has it boosted our performance as a shopping city, and when I was a kid, we were always one of the top shopping cities in the UK. Then we dropped way down the league. Now we're up to something fifth place, I think, in terms of footfall in the whole of the UK. So we're now a very, very successful retail city. But that development has made the city work better. You know, you can now walk from A to B much more effectively. It's opened up the whole of the Albert Dock and the riverfront to the people in the city who may have forgotten about it. You know, so the city works very, very effectively. We've seen more hotels than I would ever have dreamt possible, and all the big brands. So we have Radisson and Hilton and Marriott, and they're all here in a beautiful new Malmaison. Excuse me, they're all here in numbers and with really quality products. So the physical look of the city has just been transformed because of 2008. This was a great city architecturally and culturally throughout the 20th century. Now it's so exciting to see 21st century architects choosing the place. The Arena and Convention Centre here has won all sorts of international awards. The whole city centre looks like a modern, thriving city. So it's carrying on a great tradition of architecture and design that we're very proud of in Liverpool. The public sector, the City Council, the regional government organisations, the central government and the European Union all recognise that, hey, if it was possible to bring forward their planning to make the city look great for 2008, then why not? You know, what was the problem? So projects that were scheduled to be finished in 2008 or in 2009 or even 2010 were brought forward so that they were ready for 2008. Now, you know, a great city is never finished, is it? You know, and as one of the complaints that we had from people in 2008 was that there were cranes and buildings and the city was like a building site. And we said, bring it on. Yes, please. That's what we want. We want to see the cranes and the new building and the transformation taking place. But there's no doubt that an awful lot of public works were brought forward. That created a real buzz about the place. People nationally began to understand that something was happening in Liverpool on a big scale. And so the private sector began to pay attention. And without that public sector pump priming, without that initial investment by the public sector, the private sector may not have had the confidence to invest the way it did. And so now in the middle of the business district, which is where my Chamber of Commerce is based, within a square mile, we have something like 3 million square feet of brand new offices which have been built for and after 2008. And that's the really important thing. It didn't just end on the 1st of January 2009. You know, it has carried on throughout 2009, 10, 11. We are still seeing the benefits of the European Capital of Culture 2008. But the focus of getting all of those ready for a particular event created so much dynamism, so much excitement in the economy that, you know, we'll always be grateful for it. And then on the back of that, I suspect investments that would not have happened did happen. The government didn't put a penny into European Capital of Culture. They'd like to tell you they did, but they didn't. It was a combination of the pump priming European funding that we already had and private sector investment. And the private sector stepped up to the plate in a really significant way. The whole of the Liverpool One development is private money. All of the hotels and the restaurants are private money. The offices and shops, the days of getting government grants to build speculative offices have long gone. So the 3 million square feet of new offices around here is all private investment. And that's the most important single benefit. You can attribute it to 2008 in a way, because it was like an economic fulcrum point. It was the point at which we moved out of dependence on the public sector into our period of interdependence, and now we'll be moving into independence because of the private sector confidence to invest.